You're almost done. You've got them knowing this looks cool. I know what to do. I know how to do it as a student. Now, if you really want to get them, help them understand why. There's a lot of research that shows if somebody has a good why to do something, they're more likely to do it. They came to you as their instructor. You want them to do the thing, so give them motivation. Give them a why.
So we're going to take another look at Koku, and we're going to talk through the how, the what, and the why. We're going to use the word because as an indicator of the why someone should be actually doing this movement. Okay, so here we go. We know that the punch is about to come in. We're going to avoid the punch by stepping back at an angle because you want to create a little bit of space between you and your attacker. Now we're going to hit the hit by using the side of your hand against their forearm because you want to clear that danger out of the way. The kick is coming in, so you avoid the kick by rotating around because you want to put yourself in another safe space again. You're going to kick the kick by raising your shin to the sky because you want to off balance your opponent more. Then you're going to strike the ribs by using your thumb against the ribs because you want to knock your opponent down. Then you're going to stand at zanshin by stepping back because you want to check for danger.
Looking at Koku again, learning why. So we'll avoid the punch by angling back because it keeps us away from both of their attacks. We'll strike the strike by chopping it like an axe because it twists their body and exposes a target for them to go after. That's a fundamental feature in Koku, attacking empty space. We'll avoid the kick by pivoting because it winds up the body for the next phase. We'll kick the kick by raising our knee because it maximizes the lift into the attacker. We'll strike the ribs by extending our thumb tip because it drives the most force into the smallest point, causing the most damage. And we'll step back into zanshin by making a safe distance because it allows us to look around more.
Let's take a look at the other angle here. You avoid the punch by stepping back at an angle because you don't want to get punched in the teeth. You strike the strike by using a shuto to the side of their arm because you're trying to inflict damage upon their weapon. You avoid the kick by rotating around because you want to put yourself on the outside. You kick the kick by raising your shin into their leg because you want to throw them off balance. Then you punch the ribs by using your thumb into their gut because they're already off balance and you can knock them down. Then you stand at the ready by stepping back because you're not sure if the threat is neutralized yet.
Seeing it from the other angle, we know we'll avoid the punch by stepping back at an angle because it keeps us away from both of their punches. We'll strike the strike by chopping through with the pinky side of our hand because it rotates his body and shows them the target that is a fundamental feature in Koku. Next, we'll avoid the kick by pivoting because that winds up our hips to deliver a powerful kick. We'll kick the kick by lifting our knee to our chest because it maximizes the kicking options. Then we'll strike the ribs by extending our boshiken, our thumb tip, because that is the most force we can deliver in a small area. And we'll step back into zanshin by making a safe distance because it gives us the greatest area of view around for threats.
I hope you'll notice that this is both good for you and your students. This creates a loop, a methodology that you can use to be consistent every time, and your students are going to know what to expect for each lineage kata that you are working on. And you notice that this is the least amount of information that we can give, sort of the minimal effective dose of information, so that you keep your students from overthinking.
This is also probably where the most variety is going to come up. Your because your why for any particular motion that you're describing is probably nuanced and different from your neighbors or your friend who's also an instructor or from some other instructor from another country. They've all found their own path, their own motivation, their own reasons. This is where you personalize your lesson. I have found probably the most discussions, maybe arguments that I've seen between instructors is this phase, the because phase, the why. They were taught to do this thing because of that or that thing because of this. And they may not be the same, but they both make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, people are looking at physical movements between two people, right? And sometimes the why answer that is given is because we've always done it this way. And that's not what we're talking about here, right? What we're talking about here is people in the first phase of their martial arts training career here, where they have plenty of time over the course of their career to perfect the very specific things in a very formulaic way when you're doing the choreography of a kata. What we're doing here is just giving people the bare bones minimum and a reason to do it, right? I mean, to me, when we start talking this way, it just seems everyone is just so much more responsive.
This is the best part. This is they say motivation matters, and the why is where you're going to get the motivated. Heck yeah.